Yeah, finals week can be tough sometimes. You end up, we took Monday off and did some skill work on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, guys are, they're coming from the final, they're on their way to a final, their mind's not totally with basketball, nor it should be. And I really thought we had some productive practices during finals week, and then, to play like we did today, coming off that, obviously I'm very, very pleased. We had one stretch late in the first half. I didn't like the way we defended. Other than that, I thought we did a pretty good job. The Butler and Pritchard hit a few tough ones. There was a few breakdowns as well. We didn't think that, 2 points at a time they could score enough to beat us. And obviously, if you look at the stat sheet, we kind of cleaned up everything else and need to do a little bit better job on them. But, offensively, the ball moved. We turned good shots into great shots all day.
Questions for the student athletes?
What were both of you guys able to get at the end of all your ball movement? How did you guys find yourselves open as you did today?
Well, it was really part of the plan. Our plan was kind of getting shots open. We executed pretty well, and me and IT, we hit shots tonight. So yeah.
Yeah, I would just say that we were on the scoring end of a bunch of unselfish plays. Really, just the way we play, share the ball. That just, it's kind of how it goes sometimes.
Basically, to that point, I think your first look was off of an extra pass.
Mm-hmm.
What does it do when you catch and are able to shoot in that type of rhythm?
Oh no, it definitely helps a lot. Having unselfish guys like our team we have, it helps a lot. Being able to know that your team's going to be able to make it one more for you.
This is probably the fastest you guys have started. How did it feel different on the court?
I think we just started off, shooting the ball really well, obviously, and that kind of gave us defensive energy. And then, like Coach said, in that stretch in the first half, we weren't great on defense, and then we really picked it up in the second half, made shots and really got the defense going too and shut them down.
How much of tonight was kind of a long ripple effect byproduct of the position battle you guys went through in preseason? It was kind of the only starting spot that was really up for grabs by non-veterans. Do you feel like tonight was a microcosm of just being able to be in a tough battle like that?
Honestly, I think it was just a fun game where me and him both were playing really well. Both of us hitting a lot of shots. It was a little bit of a battle, but at the end of the day, we're both rooting for each other, and we both want each other to be successful.
Yeah, I would say it didn't really ever feel like a competition or a battle or anything. We're just, both of us are working for the team's success really, and we both came up and scored some tonight.
Isaac, what's your comfort level right now compared to maybe at the start of practice?
I feel way more comfortable. When I got here in the summer especially, I just felt clueless a lot of the times. Just wasn't used to just playing free basketball or anything like that. So it definitely took me a while, and I'm still obviously not all the way there yet, but definitely feeling more comfortable.
Mason, what have the last couple of weeks been like for you? Obviously missed a few games and then came back, struggled a little bit down in Stillwater, and then now today, obviously. What have the last couple of weeks been like?
Oh yeah, it's been tough. After that sickness, getting back from sickness is always pretty hard. So just coming back from that, just staying in the gym, honestly. After practice, I've been working out after, getting extra shots up because I know I missed a couple days. So had to get that back, and then extra conditioning as well, just to kind of get back in the rhythm and everything.
Yeah, Isaac, kind of did that same thing. What have the last couple of weeks been like for you filling in when he was out, and now both of you guys to be able to do what you did today?
Yeah, when he went out and got sick, I kind of knew I'd have to step up, especially defensively, and guard some top guys on other teams. So just focused on that, and then when he came back, obviously it's way better for us as a team.
Baylor and Trey had 17 assists, no turnovers. When you're playing off guys like that who can not only handle tough defensive assignments, trying to make plays off of that, but seeing the way they're able to kind of make the right read for you guys, what's that?
Oh yeah, definitely having that's huge. Having people like Trey and Baylor, even Steven and everyone else too, being able to give us that one more or even just make a great read, it's huge for us.
Yeah, we just have so many unselfish guys that are really fun to play with. If you find yourself open, you're probably getting the ball, and then vice versa. When they're open, they're getting the ball too. So I think our chemistry is the reason for that.
Anything else for the student athletes? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Coach.
you on with questions for Coach?
Back, I don't know. You got a career history with the state, but do you think that the preseason just having 2 feet for a lot of a team like this made them better in a way?
You know, I agree with what Isaac said. I don't think it ever felt like a competition. I mean, maybe externally everybody thought it was this huge competition. You know, the 3 of them, Jason included, just came to work every day and tried to address the things, some of the perceived weaknesses that they needed to address. And, you know, then you have Isaac learning a new system, Jason coming off a red shirt, Mason going into a new role. So it was, you know, there's a lot of learning going on, but they always supported each other. And then Jason got hurt, and obviously that kind of changed things for that 6 weeks, and these 2 guys have elevated themselves. But they're doing some good things, and they're getting better. And, you know, obviously when you have that kind of shooting ability with a couple guys at that spot, it's, you know, when you have to figure out how to guard Ashworth, Alexander, and Baylor, and then, okay, who's going to guard those four men that can really shoot it? You know, so not many teams have that many guys that are, you know, that good defensively. Where, you know, and to their point, every time somebody made a mistake, those passers made them pay.
I'm obviously the new guy here, but can you think back to a lineup that thorough if Mason and Isaac kind of have nights like this?
Yeah, you know, we've had some in the past, you know, some teams that could really shoot it. You know, this team, you know, probably stands apart in some ways because of the number of guys that can shoot it, you know, because you really, with Kalk feeling more comfortable shooting threes now, the starting 5 can shoot it, and then you bring Farabello off the bench who can really shoot it, and Traudt. So we have a lot of guys that can shoot it, and we have confidence in them. They have confidence in each other.
Coach, you went 11 deep, and all of them scored. How do you think that depth's going to impact you going into biggest play?
I mean, that film is valuable for, you know, guys like Josiah and Jason, Jonathan, Frederick, you know, guys that may or may not play as much. But to play extended minutes and be able to have that film to watch, to learn, and to grow it's all part of the process of maturing, getting better as a player, getting more comfortable with what you're doing.
Never really got Butler shut off, but Pitcher was 2 for 6 in the second half. What was different?
Yeah, you know, I thought we left our feet a little on the first half. I thought we were more physical with him the second half. But yeah, he's got the ball in his hands all the time. So you just have to figure out a way to get it out of his hands. We just decided with the lead not to be aggressive and go after him and trap him or anything. We just kind of played it out. And like I said, if they were going to take some mid-range shots, as long as we, you know, got a late challenge, we were okay with that.
Coach, sort of the same question I asked Isaac, but his confidence level right now, his comfort maybe compared to where he was 6-8 weeks ago?
Yeah, you know, I think his mind was probably racing. You know, not only in the summer, but even when we started in late September with terminology and new plays and new system, and we're flying this thing up and down. We're playing with a lot of pace, and you know, trying to learn all that, and then at the same time kind of figure out, okay, where are my shots going to come from? You know, and then what are my responsibilities going to be defensively? And you've been able to see him grow. Like I think from game 1 till where we are today, he's probably made the most progress of anybody in that rotation because he works at it. And you know, defensively, he's getting better on the backboards. He's being a little bit more physical. I thought, especially at Nebraska, he was really aggressive and physical on the glass. So it's coming together for him. But you know, as you can see, his teammates have a lot of confidence in he and Mason and their ability to shoot the basketball, and it creates obviously a lot of gravity for our offense.
I know the 3-point shooting with those 2 is going to be the thing that just looks absurd, but you know, Isaac got an easy one-off run on the floor early up and made basket, and Mason was active on the glass and defensively. Like, are you seeing their games kind of round out maybe in a way that's possibly going to elevate this team further just beyond the shooting?
Yeah, you know, they have to do more, and they know that. You know, there's sometimes you end up with a tough matchup. They're very different defensively. Mason's probably a little more accustomed to chasing guys off screens, and I think Isaac can probably guard a physical 4-man better than Mason. So there's going to be some give and take there. And as we, you know, certainly get into league play, you know, we're going to have to figure out some things defensively there at times. But they're both getting better. They're both I think they both understand what we're doing defensively, the schemes, and how it changes from game to game and the responsibilities they have because of those changes.
Anything else?
Francisco had that one where he threaded the needle to Frederick. Have you seen that type of a window?
Yeah, I mean, Bellows just, one of the best teammates I've ever coached. Just, transfers here from TCU. He's never started a game. He's never complained. I think his teammates would tell you he's, one of the best guys in the locker room from a leadership standpoint and understanding that what you're going to get every day out of Francisco. And to me, that's a sign of a great leader, is the consistency with which they treat other people. And it's been fun to watch him grow and develop. And we aren't going to realize the impact he had on this program until he's gone, because not many coaches have the luxury of bringing someone like that off the bench.
Sorry, I do have a basketball. 9 points on 4 allows for call today. Did that get better over the last 2 weeks? I guess
Yeah, we worked on it in practice the last few days, but some of it's just what their defensive plan was. You hit a bunch of threes, and now they're worried about the threes, and so early in the second half, you're able to kind of attack that part of the game because they stretched out on Mason and Isaac, and Baylor they're going to guard, Steven they're going to guard. So our guys made some good reads when they kind of adjusted their defense based on our three-point shooting.
Steven had a rough shooting performance. What does it mean that you can have a guy, kind of have an off day and still put up 106 points?
Yeah. I mean, he still had 3 assists, no turnovers, and he had good looks at the basket. He just missed them. So that happens in basketball. So not a concern whatsoever.